Are we going to, of course not, because we're stupid. We have an IQ of like Shailene. Think for a stream we'd actually be on time for once in our lives.
No, we had technical difficulties on top of all of us running late. So welcome to the crap show that is Clickbait Sports.
Oh wait, I don't think mine
here
is public.
Doing Adam's job to kick off the show. We got urinating tree over here. We got Tom Rossi over here. We got Adam down there, and we got Scooter over here. It is the greatest culmination of sports YouTubers today.
If this is the greatest sports YouTuber collaboration, then we are absolutely screwed.
We're going to fly up to an asteroid and we're going to drill.
Yeah. The entire this show has been infected with COVID. That's probably how we're going to explain this away. Over 100 cases in 3 days. The Browns now have no quarterback because Nick Mullins has tested. Not Nick Mullins. Case Keenum has tested positive. Nick Mullins was signed off the street a couple days ago. He is probably going to be starting against the Raiders.
Yeah, if Nick Mullins tests positive, the Browns are really in trouble.
Then they're starting Nick Chubb. And guess what? Where's El Presador at? He'll probably end up starting for the Browns at this rate.
So before we get started,
Tim Polk
I think it's very important to let people know the NFL is getting bodied right now. There are multiple teams coming out with COVID. People are getting COVID left and right. The NBA, multiple people are getting bodied with COVID. Teams left and right. The Lakers, like all their reserves. It's wild what's happening right now. So my question is to you guys, do you think we will see an NFL game get canceled this season? Will we see a team forfeit?
No.
Treat
the NFL only gives a shit. NFL only cares about the money.
4 minutes.
2 minutes and 20 seconds.
I said the S-bomb. I didn't say anything severe. You could say
Scooter got a $200 too.
On the FCC.
What?
Inject chicken.
Got a $200 bill from Inject Chicken. Scooter.
That's it. The Browns game should be postponed a couple days. The Washington game should be postponed.
It should be.
They're not going to do that, though, because unfortunately, the NFL has come out and said, look, we've done all the protocols we can. We only test once a week, and then you're suddenly shocked that disease can spread on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Oh, my God. What is biological science? I couldn't tell you that. So I'm not surprised that the Omicron variant is apparently more virulent, hopefully milder, but definitely more virulent. So definitely that's why you're getting spread and transmission. And even if it's asymptomatic, it's still a nuisance. Steelers have had, I think, like Montravius Adams, who's defensive tackle depth, who they desperately need, by the way. He's out. Tennessee, I think, has like a practice squad player out, but at the same time, it's rough sledding, especially for Washington, who has 21 players last count. Cleveland, I think, is at 20. Rams are at 15. The Lions, I think, have like 23, 24 players out with injury or illness right now. Looks like Andover realized that was swearing. So, yeah, I understand. The NHL, the Montreal Canadiens have just come out and said that Flyers Canadiens, like tonight, will be played without fans. So, unfortunately, I think the fans are going away again, which I am not a fan of. It's soulless without fans.
So you think that's gonna transition over to the NFL? Like, do you think we'll see some games being played with no audiences?
I agree. Yes, especially in California, for example. There's no way they're gonna let like transmission fly.
And where's the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah.
Yep, there you go, Perna.
Well, hey, you know what, Tom? It's a boon for all of
us.
us. Because everyone is going to go on the internet and watch our stupid crap. That's what's going to happen. Instead of
I'll be watching the Tom Grossi live stream.
That's it, baby. Listen, I was like, if the Packers go, like, I'll find my way to get there. Maybe not. maybe that won't be a thing that's going to occur.
So do we actually think that the playoffs, the NFL playoffs, will be impacted by COVID this season? Do we think it will have some effect? Will it affect who wins the Super Bowl? Will COVID affect who wins the Super Bowl? Chat, join in. Stop playing. 1 for yes, 2 for no. 3 if you're just here, so you won't get fined.
I think
for indifference.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
Scooter getting attacked with the
What
Yeah,
is happening?
Shooter's getting assaulted.
Relax, guys. Relax. Okay. This is for a good cause, though. Also, actually, do we need to let these guys in? Like, have we?
No, we're gonna do it next week, Scooter.
Okay.
We're gonna do it next week.
We're doing it next week, buddy.
All right.
We had that conversation about 1 minute before you joined, and we were all running late. So, not your fault, Scooter. Not your fault. Today, we are going to power rank.
Hey, congratulations, Charlie. Congratulations.
Some of the worst. What was going on with Charlie?
He had a cancer, like a tumor removed, he said.
And then he said he was also celebrating the cancer that was removed that was Urban Meyer.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Yes, speaking of Urban Meyer.
Fired by the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Urban Meyer. Our expectations for you were low, but they went even lower.
Yeah.
Scooter's getting bodied like the NFL right now.
So deserving.
This is a coordinated campaign. This is ridiculous.
Good. That's how it should be.
Guys, I want to play you a clip real quick,
Okay.
and you guys can have a laugh with this.
Okay.
This is what I've been working on this whole time.
First of all, I think Urban Meyer owed himself this. He's 56 years old. One of the great college football coaches of all time, and as good an analyst in college football as the sport has ever seen. Of all the coaches I've met in my life, college football coaches, I think Urban's really, really smart. If not the smartest, it's a short list. He treats his profession like a stockbroker treats stocks. Too many coaches I'm a ball coach. I got my whistle. I got my plays. Urban Meyer's miles ahead of that. This is a perfect entry point and a perfect fit.
I got my whistle. I got my plays.
Too many coaches are like, I got my whistle, I got my plays.
Yeah, I'm the head ball coach. I'll kick whoever the heck I want. There you go. He's a
Let's remember freezing cold take. Can we get that on freezing cold takes?
I think
please?
it already is.
I've had some bad takes in my life.
I mean,
I don't know
That
if I've ever lived up to that right there.
Can we get a moment of silence for the Urban Meyer, all the clicks that we're going to lose between now and the end of the season because of Urban Meyer?
We'll be fine. It's not just Urban Meyer.
I'm going to be inconsolable about it. I'm sad.
Nothing
I'm
wrong.
very
with some
sad.
good clicks. We'll get the clicks. That's why we're called clickbait. We're not honest bait sports or honest take sports or like good take sports. We're a receptacle of really bad, just in your face clickbaity takes. That's all we are, and that's all we're gonna be. We're getting
Brandon.
sanctioned.
You said that we were going to do what with the worst coaches? What set that up for us? What are we getting ready to do?
We are going to power rank some of the worst NFL head coaches over the last 20 years.
Wednesday?
Because Tree had some coaches, and I was like, oh God, we're going into the 70s. I can't do it. So we limited to just the last 20 years. And before we do that.
But what are we going to do before that?
What are we going to do before that?
Transition. Got him.
Got him. Lay her down. Smack him, yak him.
There you go.
We're going to bet on me doing a smooth segue into a DraftKings ad read. America's top-rated sportsbook app and an official sports betting partner of the NFL.
Sorry, Scooter.
Stands for National Football League. Now, right now, this very second, new customers who sign up at DraftKings, they're going to match your deposit bonus of up to $1,000 when you use any of our links in the description or code ClickBait. It's the name of our show, ClickBait. That's the code. It's really, really easy to remember. And
we'll talk about it.
Right now, new bettors, you can bet $1 for any team to score points this weekend. Again, I don't advise doing that if you're going to bet on the Jags or the Texans, but bet on teams to score points. If they do, you can turn $1 into $100 in free bets. DraftKings, safe, secure, reliable, because you can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience, at a convenience store, anywhere.
Oh.
Clickbait is the code. The link is in the description. I am done promoting DraftKings
For now.
now.
That was a good one. I like that. 9 out of 10. Almost flawless lead. Almost flawless.
Yeah,
Here.
not perfect
I'll
though.
see you guys in 40 minutes.
Better winning percentage than Urban Meyer.
Okay, before we get into this bit, though, can we do a round robin? Who is the worst coach since you've been watching your team in your head that you remember? The worst coach of your team that you remember. I'll start. Okay. Honestly, I would like to have said like a Dave Campo. Right, Cowboys fans? You remember Dave? Right? We were just horrible with
He
him.
didn't even know he was the coach. I'm still convinced to that day.
But honestly,
he was like, I'm the
I'm going
coach.
to have to change that to Jason Garrett because this man kept us hostage for 10 years, mediocrity, 8-8, and somehow kept on coming back year after year, kept on giving us that false hope that one day we could ascend. So I'm going with Jason Garrett, keeping us average for a decade. The heck wrong with this man? At least Dave Campo was garbage. Okay, he was in and out. The heck, Garrett over here building a career. Okay,
Jason Garrett just threw the challenge flag on that.
Yeah.
He just,
Garrett was just a puppet for Jerry Jones. We all knew this.
For me, as a Giants fan, I'm gonna go with Ben McAdurp, even though he. But actually, Ray Handley was worse. You know, the problem with Ray Handley, I'm gonna go with that because they didn't hire Belichick as the head coach. They should have hired Belichick at that time. Belichick just designed the greatest defense ever to win another Super Bowl, and they didn't hire Belichick, so we went with Ray Handley, and that came back to bite us in the butt.
What could have been?
Speaking of getting bit in the butt, Scooter is getting chomped right now.
Just streamed the Jags Texans game.
Oh Lord, that is a tank bowl of
Chomp
tank bowls.
on the Tuchus.
That's it.
Brandon, who's the worst Broncos head coach in your memory?
Pat Shurmur right now, killing me every week.
Really, over
also
Josh
Giants
McDaniels.
coach, and he was terrible.
Well, see, I got to save Josh because he's in the list. He's in the list.
You spoiled it, buddy.
my
You spoiled
list.
it. Come on, man.
You don't know which ranking he is, though.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
exactly.
Maybe there's a little
See?
surprise there. Yeah, I mean, McDaniels was bad. We thought Vance Joseph was bad at the time as well.
He was just too raw. He wasn't ready.
Yeah, I think
already.
raw.
very raw. He's doing a great job with the Cardinals defense right
He
now.
might get
for
another
sure.
chance someday, but it
How
just
long was
wasn't ready.
McDaniels even there? Like I
One
feel
and a
like
half years.
he started 6-0,
Yeah, he
Because he had
started great.
Tebow.
fell off a cliff.
He drafted
Tree.
Tebow, but he also drafted Demaryius Thomas and Eric Decker. He had some hits, but
Yeah.
some whiffs,
Also
and then of
misses.
course we'll get into McDaniels. Tom,
Uh-huh.
how about you?
Tommy Grossi.
oh yeah, Tom.
Yeah, so like the Packers don't have a lot of head coaches since I've been alive because like we're decent. Like so, Mike Sherman actually like would be like the word. Ray Rhodes did like a brief stint in Green Bay, but
The wrestler.
I'd probably say like no one remembers him at all. So
Yeah, like 1
if
year,
it's-
right?
yeah, if it's not him, like I'd probably say Mike Sherman, who like did pretty well in the beginning, but then comparatively,
Warren
Well, boys,
Sapp.
it sucks to suck, but I've only known 2 head coaches in my
Yep.
lifetime. So it's between either Bill Cowher or Mike Tomlin. I
Guys
don't
who
know,
both
man.
won
I
Super
mean,
Bowls.
both are very tough. I mean, Cowher had
Someone
his
mute
moments. He
this
did a
guy.
lot
I don't
of
want to hear
choking.
this.
And then Mike Tomlin, the past decade's been a lot of mediocrity. So call it a coin flip.
How about assistant coach?
I'm gonna definitely flex on you boys.
How about who is the worst?
Steelers are going to the Super Bowl. We are going to the Super Bowl because the COVID wave is going to while us all the way to the Super Bowl.
I would
your
say-
Cowboys and screw your Packers. We're running
What
the
if-
table.
Who's your current offensive line coach?
It's some assistant that came in.
Who was the offensive coordinator last year?
Randy Feetner.
Yeah, was he good? What about Todd Haley? Was he good?
Well, Todd Haley was a little punk, so
Yeah.
that's why he's coaching high school right now.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. All right, are we going to do this countdown of the worst 10? Oh, how many coaches do we have? 10?
Well,
you say countdown?
Yeah.
It's not. It's not. Got it.
Technically, I got 11 because I couldn't decide for number 10. So I figured we could start with the debate. At
All right.
10.
Okay.
You know, I'm a master debater. I'm very good
I
at it.
bet you are.
I got Freddie Kitchens and or Jeff Fisher.
Fisher went to a Super Bowl. Come
you
on
gotta
now.
Go Freddie Kitchens.
That
You
is
have to
really
go Freddie
unfair to
Kitchens.
Fisher.
Yeah, if you make it to a Super Bowl, I don't know.
How bad a coach are you?
Well,
It's not like
speaking of unfair, Freddie Kitchens, I think another guy thrown into a situation he wasn't ready for.
Baker wanted
One
it.
Couldn't
season.
get the heat in the kitchen.
He knew that
Got
he was
him.
overmatched. Draw plays on 4th and 9. The whole Pittsburgh started it. T-shirt, just adding fuel to the fire. He was a terrible head coach. That's the kind of position coach you bring in as a patsy to like the Jim Tomsulas of the world, but they brought him in willingly because he had like 8 weeks of a good offense with Baker Mayfield because he wasn't Todd Haley.
well,
That's
no,
what happened with Freddie Kitchens.
their rationale was like if we put just anyone better than Hugh Jackson, we'll be better, and they were wrong. Like how do you mess that
well,
up?
technically they were right. I mean, he did win more games than Hugh Jackson, but that's not hard to do.
Jeff Fisher.
Yes.
I would never think
65 losses. I think
I
that's
mean, if you're
tied
counting
for
his
fifth
tenure with the
most.
Rams, then yes, he's probably down there, but not with his Titans tenure.
Mr. 7 and 9. That's that's what he finished every year. I think Jeff Fisher was just a guy that, I mean, he's the old school like retread coach. Like he's gonna get you some results, but not all the results.
Now here's a guy.
Now here's a guy.
He is a guy.
What are we
Yeah,
looking
well,
at?
and I think Freddie Kitchens was bad, but I think he was not ready to lead a team,
No.
and I don't put that on him. I don't put that all on him. Bad management situation that got ousted after he left. But he looks worse in contrast because Kevin Stefanski comes in and basically saves the Browns' entire franchise.
Yeah,
So-
he's also way better looking than Freddie Kitchens. Like Kevin Stefanski, he's Mr. Steal Your Girl.
It would be
Mr.
like if
Steal-
I did my episode of That's Good Sports, and then right afterwards, Jon Stewart did an episode of That's Good Sports. I would look so much worse by comparison on so many levels.
Don't sell yourself short. Come on now.
All right. Since things got a little dicey down at the bottom of the list, I figured we would go at number 9. Bill O'Brien, who actually not a bad coach to start in Houston.
Yeah,
Got
and then
them to the playoffs.
He became GM, and
Is he the all-time winningest Houston coach?
I think him or Kubiak. Yeah,
Yeah. Cool.
But
Oh,
his
yeah.
last 2 seasons, the trades, so stupid.
They're
So,
great.
like,
Yeah.
so atrocious.
they're great for the rest of us, man.
Oh,
This
yeah.
list must be disastrous if Bill O'Brien
Yeah.
is number 9 on the list. There must
Okay,
be
how about
some
this?
really bad.
Apart from his trades, was this man a bad coach? Apart from his trades.
24-0
separate
blown
his
lead.
trade.
I'm gonna put 2 plays. 4th and inches at the 11-yard line, up 21-0. They kick a field goal. 4th and 5 at their own 30. They fake a punt.
Yeah,
That's how you explain how bad Bill O'Brien is.
he did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Hey, but
big
if it worked though, if it worked,
No,
though.
it didn't. It'd still be stupid because you don't go for it on 4th and inches. I get taking the points, but why are what analytics says to go for it on
Right.
4th and 5 at your own 30 to fake a punt?
In a
So
game that
punts
you
keep
needed
coming.
60 points, right? Like you
Yeah, well, they
needed
were up
to go.
24-0.
Yeah,
They blew
still, they
it.
needed 24
In 10
more
minutes.
points. They didn't even. The other team scored 51 points. How you waste? Here's my thing. Like, didn't they have Jadeveon Clowney and J.J. Watt on both ends of their
To be
defense?
And
fair,
Ronnie
like,
Merciless, and
Deshaun
Deshaun
Watson.
To be
and
fair,
Hopkins.
just making those trades alone get you on this list. So we can just start there. Just making those trades, you're on the list. Worst coach of all time.
Mhm. They had
What the
Whitney
heck are you doing?
Merciless. They had players. They just never got as far as they should have. For sure.
I think they might have had Kareem Jackson there on the back end, who just this week Vic Fangio said he's one of, if not the best players he's ever coached. So like the Houston had talent, and not only did they waste it, they gave it away for nothing.
Yeah, that's
All I
They
know
didn't
is-
want DeAndre Hopkins' baby mamas around.
right.
All I know is I won a meme competition from DeAndre Hopkins. He said he was going to send me a signed jersey, and I never got the gosh darn signed jersey, Hopkins.
Whoa,
Where's my
wow.
signed jersey? I'm joking.
Wow.
Unless I'm not joking. I still want the jersey. The heck? Send me the jersey. It was
All
a
right,
funny
so we
meme.
got-
It was like a funny meme, and then I won.
You need to bring it in. We got to.
But then you didn't get the jersey, so he
then I didn't
gave
get
you. He was just like, "Nah, I don't pay my."
He
debt."
was memeing.
I don't
That
do
was
that.
some clickbait right there for that competition.
Who we got next?
Okay. I got Chip
Ooh.
Kelly for the San Francisco 49ers.
Listen,
It wasn't bad
This
enough
man-
in Philly.
this man
The
is
dream team
goated.
in Philly.
Why is he on this list? This is a great head coach, and honestly, he should go back to the Eagles and get an extended contract because this man was revolutionary in his work ethic. This man had them doing 2 and 3 a day workouts. This man was doing revolutionary stuff, having his people running after games. This is what we need. We need more innovation in Philadelphia because what they're doing right now isn't working. Why not give Chip another chance?
Whoa. Gardner Minshew is a starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Everything they're doing is working.
Everything.
Everything they're doing
You
is
know
working.
what?
You just said Gardner Minshew, and I'm pregnant right now.
Yeah, like,
I'll
it
agree with
just
that. I'll
works.
agree with that.
Like, you got a
Gardner-
leaky faucet,
keep
just say Gardner
up
Minshew.
the great
That son of a
work.
gun ain't dripping nothing. Actually, it
Well,
might leak
I mean,
more.
if you say
Well,
Gardner
there's so much
Minshew in
drip
front of a
around
mirror 3 times, I hear you magically get transported to the Florida Everglades and have to wrestle an alligator.
Listen, you guys, we are talking about Chip Kelly here. The one thing that I love that he innovated in the league was the quickest 3 and out in the history of the NFL. Like, that was my favorite thing, was watching the Eagles call 3 plays in 3 seconds and have to trot their defense back on the field that was already exhausted. I just love the era of Chip Kelly.
One
in
day, though,
Philadelphia.
I do feel like there will come a coach who actually does innovate and turns the NFL on its head. That was not Chip Kelly, though. That
No.
was not him at all.
So he
But
was
one
so
day-
bad in San Francisco that people forget that he was 1-15 in that second year, and he got thrown out of town. Like, they threw him back to college. That's how bad he was.
So
Anyone
for
can
those
say it,
unaware-
it was a disaster.
If you didn't follow Chip Kelly, this man tried to bring some college tactics to the NFL. He tried to speed the game up. He tried to do what he was doing at Oregon, run as many plays as possible, as fast as possible. But that doesn't work when you're not converting first downs. So in the NFL, they were punting a lot. It just didn't really translate that
The
well.
other thing is I've
Counts
actually
play.
researched Chip Kelly. He was so predictable that the team's defense were calling out their plays as they were coming to the line of scrimmage. It was like, oh yeah, pitch right here. Like, he was so vanilla with his play calling. Like, yeah, it's innovative that you run up to the line and call another play, but if it's the same play that they saw on the last drive, like, they're gonna know. The NFL is too smart for that. Too smart.
Chip Kelly
Too
was
smart,
so
too
bad,
big,
the
too
49ers thought Jim Tomsula as their next head coach was the right move. And
Jim Tomsula was
How-
actually before Chip Kelly.
before
Oh.
and after, right?
No, it was
So who
actually
came after? Was
It
Harbaugh
was-
after Kelly?
Hey,
No, it wasn't. No,
Oh,
Harbaugh
these-
was before Kelly. It was Harbaugh, then Tomsula, then Chip Kelly, then they hired Kyle Shanahan.
Oh,
I
Remember
he
it
was
was
an
after 28 to 3,
interim.
he got a job there.
yeah.
That's right. He was an
Come on, kids, you're
interim
supposed to be
head
football
coach.
experts.
Failing in different ways.
By the way,
2010.
Baker
Okay,
Mayfield.
I was wrong. My joke is wrong. Sorry.
Baker Mayfield just tweeted out saying, "At NFL, make up your damn mind on protocols. Showing up and making only 3 teams test. Also, you can keep the game as scheduled to make money."
Oh yeah.
He's kind of.
well,
he's
he's
kinda
Uh-oh.
wrong. Yeah.
Better take away Baker's phone.
well,
He just
Uh-oh.
said,
Baker
He's
Mayfield.
interrupting the machine.
We
he says
appreciate
actually
your
caring about
donation
player
to the
safety
NFL
would mean
pension fund.
delaying the game with this continuing at the rate it is. But to say you won't test vaccinated players if they don't have symptoms, then to pull this randomly doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Like,
Uh-oh.
they have a grace period if you have COVID, which makes no sense.
Baker.
What?
Better watch out for
Some
Baker.
things are happening.
So
Just bringing it up, Baker here, what Tom just said.
Oh, it's verified.
Do you expect the NFL to actually care about player safety? I'm shocked.
what are you talking about? They
Player
made that whole
safety in the
movie with
NFL?
Will Smith and
The best
concussion.
That's why
joke
the
I've heard.
NFL's playing on 3 days rest. That's why the Browns are probably playing on Saturday at 4 p.m. By the way, that will be a terrible, terrible game.
Oh, it's gonna be awful.
It's going to be one of the worst games we have ever seen. It's going to be as bad as Steelers-Ravens Wednesday afternoon football was.
The thing is, I bought the Raiders at like -1, so I am all in on the Raiders.
Yeah, and
for
you're
that
still probably
game.
going to lose that.
And I'm
bet.
probably still. Maurice Jones-Drew told me I was going to lose my money because he was like, the Raiders suck. And I was like, no, they're not. They're going to win.
But to go back to what Scooter said too, like this could be a thing in a month, like when we are in the playoffs, and what happens when a team gets absolutely decimated by this.
What happens when it's the Packers and they're number 1 and they got home field advantage
Actually,
and Aaron Rodgers is out and
Well,
now
Rodgers
what?
not going to be out, but yeah, because he doesn't have to even get
He's
tested anymore.
Yeah,
because
he's
got
he's
COVID.
got the antibodies.
He
What you
actually
need to do,
He's
what you
actually-
should do now is just go get in the face of all these people that have that COVID and let them spit in your face, get it and get the antibodies so that you can play in week 17. That
So-
should be the strategy.
He doesn't have to actually get tested until the NFC Championship game. Like that's like the date. So, I mean, at least he's that's not gonna be a problem. But like Kenny Clark of the Packers, like he just tested positive for COVID. So like he's our leading defensive tackle. So I am concerned, like especially the teams who haven't gotten it yet and it hasn't like run through their locker room yet. Yeah, it could be a time for these playoffs, which
Kendall Hinton's going to start 6 playoff games for 6 different teams. That's my-
They're just gonna call him, hey Kendall, are you available?
yeah.
Is it?
You got a
Isn't
positive.
the
You got a
Did you
negative
see me
test, right?
play?
You're starting
This is
on Monday.
wild.
Isn't
This
the
is so
NFL
wild.
reevaluating how they do this though? Like right now?
Yeah, they're trying
Yeah,
to make it
Baker
so like,
reporting-
if you have no symptoms and you have one negative test, you're able
Listen.
to go back in, which is
Listen.
still not going to do much.
You see this box? This is Pandora's box. It's been opened. All the shit that was in there is I said it.
Well, every 20 minutes we will get it.
All the shiftiness that was in there is now out and in the world. We ain't putting it back. We're not going back to 2020. It's not happening.
Is
Oh,
wild.
don't worry. That probably
Never
will
go
go back
back.
to 2020 in some regards.
Man, let's finish
Better
this
not
list.
go back to 2020.
Yeah,
If we
let's
have no
keep this
fans
list
again,
going.
I'm going to die.
Let's finish
Because
this list so we
dude-
can move on.
Number 7.
Hey! All the loins coaches.
I couldn't decide. So, and there are some good candidates here. Obviously, the Lions.
There you go.
That overgrown jacket on the left-hand side is priceless. It's like a 5-year-old kid found his dad's jacket and is just wearing
Yeah,
it.
those hips don't lie, baby.
Yeah, that
That
was.
is your man right there.
Dude's got a fupa for days.
Look at Schwartz. It seems cold out there at practice a little bit right there. A little nipply.
You guys were talking about coaches who like Scooter, right? You said like there's going to be a coach who's going to revolutionize the game. You know, honestly, that was Matt Patricia. That guy like didn't walk anywhere. He was riding around on an ATV while his players were practicing, and he just shifted everything in the NFL. So
Matt Patricia, I knew he was going to be a bad coach from the moment he was hired.
My thing is with Matt Patricia, the play sheet is laminated. Why does he have a pencil? Okay, the place you write with the dry erase marker on that thing, and he's got a pencil. I knew he was a fraud from the. I think he pulled it directly out of his nose, like Homer Simpson, and his brain, and that like someone jammed it back in there. That's what the pencil was for.
5. I'm going to explain this to you. What do you think is more intelligent, this or this?
Man, you
Obviously,
just gained
if
like
I have a
10
pencil or a pen in my ear, it makes me at least 10 times more intelligent looking than I am right now because it makes me seem like I'm in business. I'm a real deal. I'm about to whip out this pen and start writing down notes about how the body feel and everything's going on about a player.
you go back to that
That's what
list real quick, Perna.
They
Oh,
let
yeah.
Daryl Bevel coach the team.
All right, so
I mean-
hold on.
Yeah,
Since
break it
I've
down
been
for
alive on this planet, they've had 12 coaches.
Yeah,
That looks like the Cleveland roster. Like
It's
It
insane.
doesn't look good. It does
And-
not look good.
Marty Morningwig once deferred the coin toss in overtime when it was still sudden death overtime.
We just feel really strong.
he had
about
him
our
right
defense.
where he wanted him.
Yeah, like maybe he was just planning for football 20 years.
Man, Jim Caldwell looks goated on that list, to be honest.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
Caldwell's your
I
best
actually
coach.
have a
That's
whole-
not good.
Yes. I'm coming out with a whole
Sportsbook,
video
right?
on the Lions, so I don't want to give away what happened with Jim Caldwell just for the sake of this stream.
That's fair.
Sorry.
We got a
Withholding
number 6.
information.
Okay, we got a number 6 coming in hot. And then that is Josh McDaniels as the Indianapolis Colts head coach,
Solid snake.
followed by Josh McDaniels, the Denver Broncos. So,
You know what? That's valid.
That's fair. That's value.
Oh, wow. Bill
I
Belichick's
put-
lapdog.
Dude, I put McDaniels on the Colts over McDaniels from the Broncos, if only because
Why?
he was such a snake that he left like a day after he got hired. It's like,
That's
nope,
so
I'm going
crazy.
back to New England. Bye. And it
Like,
was the
I
best decision that
understand
Indianapolis ever
recruits.
made.
I understand players, like college players, right? They'll commit right to Florida, then 2 days actually decommit. These are children, okay? They don't know what's going on. They got several people chirping in their ears, mom and dad telling him to go there, best friends telling him, teammates telling him to go here. They don't know. I get it. They're young. You are a grown man. No one is forcing you to accept a job. What are you doing? Bro, make up your mind. Either coach or don't coach. But don't make a commitment to someone and then renege not even a week later. Not even a week. I really wish I could have seen and heard those conversations. What did you think this man said?
When he backed out of that, though, didn't Frank Reich get hired as
Yes,
a result
yeah,
of that?
that's why-
So
that's
the
why I
Colts
put-
are not hating. The
Yeah.
Colts are like, yes, thank you, Josh McDaniels, for not accepting the job. By the way, we just passed 5,000 viewers.
Woo! 5,000 strong. And that's
What
the
do
thing.
you think
After
he
Josh
said, though?
McDaniels leaves your organization, even if he's only there for 2 minutes, good things happen after he's gone.
Most
Broncos
things
ended up
happen in
getting-
2 minutes.
I mean, look at
LA
Andrew
in as
Luck.
GM, Peyton Manning, John Fox. A lot of good things happen. What'd you say, Adam?
I said most good things happen in 2 minutes, and usually they leave something for you for the rest of your life.
Andrew
Ends up
Luck.
going to
I
college.
Curtis said good things happen. I said, yeah, look at Andrew Luck. They should have replaced their GM, and then maybe there would have been even more good luck. But
Oh,
say what
man.
may.
Yeah,
Andrew, what do you think he's up to?
Oh, that
Think he's
happened-
watching this
yeah,
stream right
playing
now?
Dungeons and Dragons.
He's watching this stream right now. What up, Andrew?
Andrew Luck
is a legend.
Andrew.
That man
is
is like, I got
rolling
paid
dice.
millions of dollars. I'm gonna just go live my life now.
He just
and never talk
MySpaced
to another
it. He was
person.
just like, I'm out. Like,
Yeah,
I'm good.
He's growing a neck beard, probably that looks terrible, and just watching nerdy Star Trek fan fiction. That is my guess.
What did Josh
Watching
McDaniels
fan
say?
fiction?
What did he say? He's like, actually, my bad. Never mind. I was just joking. Bye. Click.
Yeah.
What did this man say? That's what I wanted. to know.
I'm willing to bet his wife was like, "I'm not moving to Indianapolis, Josh," and he was like, "Oh gosh," and he's like, "Hey guys, it's not me. I really don't, but
I want to
whatever,
play with you guys. I want
Susie
to.
just doesn't like Indiana, so I'm out." Click.
Yeah, my wife caught me cheating with you. I'm gonna have to break up. I'm sorry. I have to save my marriage. I love you.
Why do you have to make things so nefarious, Tree? Some people just don't like Indiana. All right.
What's wrong with Indiana besides South Bend?
Whoa,
Whoa.
Parks and Rec, baby. Let's get
Whoa.
it.
Have you ever been to
Whoa.
Gary, Indiana?
Well,
Wow.
Gary, Indiana is the unfortunate circumstance of the declining
Wow,
Rust Belt
you're
and
bad.
layoffs and
Yeah.
outsourcing. That's what happened with Gary.
Okay,
they're mad
always
guy
number
in Gary.
4 on this
How
list.
are we talking about?
Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana. What?
Number 4.
Oh
I
God.
put Captain Googly Eyes himself, Mr. Adam Gase, who just a year ago felt like the worst coach we'd ever seen. But reevaluating, I could not put him ahead of the guys in the top 3 spots in this list. But if you've got a favorite Adam Gase moment, please share now. And
I
honestly,
just want-
here's something that helped Adam Gase just a little bit. Sam Darnold looked great right away with Carolina, and then not so good again. And I think Darnold's decline helped Gase just a tiny.
I just want to
Did
say,
he-
I blame Brandon Perna for Adam Gase, because if your boy Peyton Manning didn't love him so much and sing his praises all the live long day, Adam Gase wouldn't have gotten a job. So
Why do you
Live
think
life like
First
this.
job
Here's
in
the thing.
Miami. That was the first job in Miami. Or no, yeah. Well, he went to Chicago, then Miami.
Yeah, he
The
was the quarterback
Jets?
whisperer for Jay Cutler.
Yeah, the Jets saw what he did in Miami and were like, "That's our guy. He's in our
Bruh.
division."
No. You're looking at the future Jacksonville Jaguars head coach.
Do you know how hard it is to keep your eyes open wide like this and still talk? This is crazy.
Oh yeah, I tried doing that, and it's like my eyes are like there's too much oxygen going in there.
that was one of the best opening press conferences like ever, though.
Yeah.
Ever.
I
Because
think he just messed up and took too much Adderall or whatever substance he was on to focus during that. That's why he always wears a hat too, to cover his eyes. Like, he's not a scary looking guy when his hat is covering his eyes and he's got the beard going. He looks like a normal guy, but then you pop those peepers open and he's crazy. Here's the thing with Adam Gase that always makes me wonder: why did Peyton Manning love him so much? Was he, as an office coordinator, just getting him water and it was like, whatever you need, Peyton, like, I will just let you do your thing? Because they made him seem to be a genius and he clearly was not.
maybe they went on a vacation to Omaha, and that's where it all started.
Omaha.
He was like, man, I love it so much there. I'm just going to use this in my cadence too.
Well, I mean, I think you can be like a cerebral, offensive-minded coach, somebody who understands the X's and O's, and that's probably what Peyton liked. Doesn't mean you're going to be a good head coach. So, like, that's my serious answer. The not so serious answer: Adam Gase was kind of a dick, and Peyton Manning needed that, like, somebody who's gonna challenge him a little bit. And Peyton Manning played some of his best football when Gase was OC. I think the 2013 season was Gase. So
That's it. Peyton Manning had to have someone give him bad ideas so that he could be like, no, that's wrong. We're going to do it my way. And so it was like a win-win for him. I remember a story, Peyton Manning, when he was like 15, a coach was like, we lost because of, Peyton wasn't listening. And then Peyton fired back at the coach and said, no, we lost because you don't know what you're doing. At age 15, that's what Peyton did. And he was probably right. Mm-hmm.
all
I mean,
right.
That's the sad part.
Head's got to hide a big brain. I mean, because there's just empty real estate in there.
That kid's going to go.
Before we reveal our sexy top three, DraftKings.
Oh, got him.
Oh my gosh.
Anybody?
I'll take
Anybody
this
want to
one.
do some betting, Adam?
Listen, if you're going to bet, right, you should go to DraftKings.com and use the code Clickbait. Right now, new users are getting a deposit bonus up to $1,000 when you go in. Use the code Clickbait right at your first deposit. You enter in the promos. There's a little thing on the bottom right where you can put that in. I found out about that. This weekend, I took a bunch of games. I took the Raiders to win. I bet against the football team. They're missing half their team. I bet against a lot of teams this weekend because I'm excited. There's always, there's parlays. There's many combinations. I would in those teams that are missing players, I take the under. There's not going to be much scoring in these games. So again, if you're going to draft or if you're going to bet with DraftKings, official partner of the NFL.
Draft with BetKings.
Bet with DraftKings. See,
Cool.
my dyslexic
Code Clickbait.
How come dyslexic
Clickbait.
is spelled normally? That's what I want to know.
Whoa, interesting. Very
Think about it.
interesting.
Shouldn't it be spelled
Not as
with
interesting as our number 3 head coach, Hugh Jackson.
Did y'all watch this?
Yeah.
Did y'all watch the season of him on Hard Knocks?
Oh yeah.
When they were
He
doing
doesn't
the-
sound dumb. Like he sounds very convinced. Like he doesn't sound like an idiot at all. He just had a lot of bad luck and just wasn't a good coach.
I don't think he's
Yeah.
an idiot. I don't think that. I just don't think.
No, he knows
how to really
football.
work with people. It's just like sometimes it just doesn't convert. It happens.
Yep. Like Urban Meyer, he is very good at deflecting blame. That's what I
Hugh
learned. when
Jackson.
Hugh
That's what they
was-
called him.
My
Hard
favorite
Knocks.
thing with Hugh Jackson was when Hugh Jackson got fired and went to the Bengals, and then Baker Mayfield got a first down and then handed him the ball.
Actually, I think it was an
And it was
interception,
like-
if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's right. It was
Honestly, Hugh Jackson should probably also be the best coach of the last 20 years for convincing the Browns to not fire him after winning 0 games in a season. Like that's
0-16. 0-16 is the
impressive.
greatest accomplishment in franchise history.
well, Joe
more
Judge
than,
might be able to top him on that because he's coming back for a 3rd season.
Because
a
the Giants are
3rd
run by
season.
idiots.
wow. The law will judge you.
Yes.
Judge.
The law.
I mean,
will
he
judge.
got the entire city of Cleveland free Bud Light, which is a pretty much this. You have to be on this list because of that. So
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Also, the best part about Hugh Jackson was the city of Cleveland held an 0-16 parade for him.
And he
That
swam
was
in the
brilliant.
lake.
Mhm.
Out of
And he
all
ended
the
up-
teams, before we unveil 2-1, out of all the teams in the league, right, knowing what we know, which franchise hires the worst coaches?
Cleveland.
What team is it? Is it the Browns?
They had Rob
Yeah.
Chudinsky.
Lions are up there, yeah.
Yeah, but no, I would say Cleveland's word. Rob Chudinsky was there. Eric Mangina.
The man genius.
Yeah. What was his
Pat
name?
Shermer.
Stupid.
Pat
Why did
Pat
that make you
Shermer
laugh?
was the head coach. He's never proved himself.
Mike Patton.
Who else? Mike Patton. Oh my gosh, we're bringing out
I
names.
know, Mike.
Or is it the
Butch
Jets?
Davis.
Or do the Jets have the worst
Chris
lineup of head
Palmer.
coaches?
The Jets got it right with Salah, honestly. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I
But
hope
the
so.
Jets
I
are
hope
pretty
so.
bad too.
I hope the Jets don't make a mistake and get rid of like Joe Douglas or something. They should.
Romeo Crennel.
Romeo
Yeah.
Crennel.
Uh-huh.
It might be the Browns.
Butch
to be honest.
Davis. Retread from Miami, Butch Davis. Chris Palmer. I forgot he existed. 5-27 record. Chris Palmer. And
Hey,
Bill
they got this
Belichick.
guy right, and they fired him.
Yeah, they fired Bill Belichick.
Well, actually, they
Jim
moved to
Schoffer?
Baltimore, and then they said, Belichick, you don't need to come.
Look at all these
Yeah, they just let him
L's.
go.
Belichick is just like, oh yeah, guys, I'm just getting my moving truck. They're like, don't.
Right, and the ones up there, those belong to the Ravens. Like Marty Schottenheimer was a drive away from the Super Bowl, and those aren't
He
even
was 2
Browns
drives
coaches.
away from the Super Bowl.
Those are Ravens coaches, if you ask
2.
me.
Ravens coaches. All right.
Okay, let's go to
We've
2.
Really crush this list. Now I think we need Tree to take the lead on number 2 because I feel like
Number
he'll have the
2.
most knowledge here.
Oh, this looks fancy. Oh, the man
Bobby.
himself, the legend, the neck brace of heck and heaven and earth, Bobby Petrino. 2007 comes into the Atlanta Falcons expecting Michael Vick, an electric offense. I think he came in from Louisville, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
He had come in, realized Michael Vick, he was going to be their quarterback, and he comes in. Unfortunately, he likes a little thing called dogfighting, and he gets arrested. He goes to jail. So they traded Matt Schaub to Houston earlier before that. So they're screwed. So they're dealing with the likes of Joey Harrington, Dante Culpepper, I think Chris Redmond. He was selling insurance before he went to Atlanta, and they're just a disaster scene. There's just like missteps everywhere. There's just like Bobby Petrino.
Can you
tries to act
imagine
like God? He tries to be
expecting Michael Vick?
authoritarian.
You expect Michael Vick, and you're met with this.
Yeah, but Bobby, it couldn't have happened to a better individual. It could not have happened to a much better individual. Petrino, and then he goes 3-13, which is actually a better record than Urban Meyer. And then he just like it just goes off. It's like he sends like a little text. It's like, okay, well, I'm leaving. Bye. And then 2 days later, he goes and gets hired by Arkansas.
Falcons. Go down to the
he's just
Falcons
like, okay,
one.
well, let's see ya. He went out for cigarettes and he never came back. That's pretty much.
Yeah. Why did Daddy leave?
The last 2 sentences, and that's like the second paragraph of Atlanta Falcons, is phenomenal. It says Petrino resigned to become head coach at Arkansas less than 24 hours after personally promising owner Arthur Blank that he was staying in Atlanta. He then informed his players of his departure via a 4-sentence laminated note left at the locker of each player.
I got to give him credit. Laminating it was
Dude, Todd Graham, when he left Pitt, he just sent a mass text to every player. So trust me, it's part of the spineless this thing, which is why I enjoy Todd Graham having his career ruined. So nobody likes Todd Graham in Pittsburgh. High octane football.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, Arthur, I'm staying.
Yep. It's like, oh, I'm staying, Mr. Arthur. Prep the plane.
He had. Going. So after his meeting with Arthur Blank, so he showed up with a box from Kinko's with those laminated cards in there, and he just walked out and was like, "All right,
Petrino, what are those? Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it."
Or they were already on the lockers, and he was meeting with Arthur Blank on the way out.
He's on the phone with Staples while he's on the phone with Arthur Blank. He's like, "Just hold on 1 second. I gotta complete this call real quick."
And the ultimate insult,
deliver him to the locker room. Okay.
The ultimate insult. He ended up buying his tools to move from Lowe's and not Home Depot. The ultimate slap in the face to Arthur Blank.
Wow.
So the thing with that accident that also makes me laugh is he must have gotten thrown off of that bike, and his face was he face planted.
His face caught the brunt of the impact.
Yes.
As I said, couldn't have happened to a nicer individual.
Yes. And his girlfriend, I think he left his mistress at the scene or something for her to do the police report. Like, he was such a pig. And then I think he tried to tell her, like, "Hey, I wasn't here. You were just driving your motorcycle on your own."
Yeah.
That's registered to me.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Bobby.
If he's number 2, I got to know who's number 1.
Well in honor of today's news, it is Urban.
We know who's number 1.
Good choice.
I thought we might start at 1, but
it's not clickbaity enough to go from 1 to 7.
Wow.
You gotta go.
There's the kicker, everyone.
So, can we just detail something? Let's just all go around.
Ball coach, I'll kick whomever I want.
Let's all go around and say one thing that we'll remember from the Jacksonville Jaguars, Urban Meyer coaching legacy. I'll start. What I'll always remember and take away from this, mind you, Urban is my Florida Gators head coach. He won us a national championship. So I don't hate Urban Meyer. Right? This man won us a national championship. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Urban, for that. But I will always remember this meme of this guy grinding on some young blonde girl at a restaurant for some reason. That is the only thing.
With the picture of him and his wife.
Like, what is happening, bro?
I have a quick question. Do we know where those fingers were going underneath the co-ed? Do we still know?
No, there's no video confirmation of that.
No. That's the
my favorite Urban Meyer. This is like Festivus. We're just touching the Festivus poll of all the great Urban Meyer moments. Mine is that he called his assistant coaches losers when he had a 2-11 record in the NFL. Like,
he had a better staff at Bowling Green, didn't you know?
That's like
these
Bobby
losers.
Petrino calling his coaches, "You guys are disloyal. You guys, I cannot trust any of you." By the way, here's a placard on your lawn.
That's like Bobby Petrino calling this a sunburn. No, guys, I just spent a little too much time in the sun.
Yeah. Not
if
gravel.
We're losers. What does that make the person who hired us?
Yeah. Well, that's like my wife when she calls me a dumbass. I'm like, well, that makes you Mrs. Dumbass. All right, Tree, what's your favorite?
My favorite moment is one back in the preseason. Tight end was brought in, formerly of the New York Nets. You may have heard of him. His name is Tim Tebow. As a tight end, a move that was 10 years too late. A legend of Denver, a legend of the New York Jets, and a legend of God himself. His knees better be working to pray for the Lord because he has sullied the tight end position in so many ways. He whiffed on so many blocks.
Great blocking tight end.
They literally could not do it. He could block people on Twitter better than blocking linemen on the.
My favorite thing,
and it was fantastic. And then he was cut a week later, and we all had a good laugh. And
when the defensive tackle just picked him up by the jersey and just moved him out of the way with one arm, that was my favorite play ever.
I forgot that he even did that. Wow,
that's in your. I
forgot he brought in Tebow for a tryout.
Your suppressed memories. Brandon,
Tom?
favorite Oh, Tom.
I think one of my favorite stories is just the timeline of February 11th saying Chris Doyle is going to be hired to the team, and then February 12th he's not there anymore. Like, it's literally a day turnaround, and like I feel like that just happened over and over again. Like it was like within a day. Like this week, guys, was insane. Like it was wild because all the stories came out. He's calling his coaches losers. He's getting into fights with wide receivers. On top of that, he's kicking kickers. Like all this happened in a week, like 1 week time.
It's going to get even worse now. It's going to get even worse.
The stories after? Oh, yeah. The autopsy is going to be worse than the murder.
And James Robinson is going to have a tell-all book and how dysfunctional.
Do we know if he's fired for cause because he was kicking the kicker?
Probably.
Or is he still going to get
shock
paid?
me one bit if he was fired.
Maybe Shad Khan. Yeah, maybe Shad Khan called in a favor from Josh Lambo. He's like, "Oh, you're abusing our players? No money for you."
No, I actually saw that. Like because that happened, he could be in void of his contract and could get fired for cause because he kicked a player. So we'll just see.
It'll get ugly. They'll probably pay him half of what they owe him or something just to make him go away.
My favorite part of this whole story is something I learned today, and it came from Josh Lambo. It wasn't that he kicked Josh Lambo.
One part I have to say.
Yeah, I mean,
the great predators always camouflage themselves. Trust issues, dysfunctional environment, selfishness. Criteria to examine for struggling teams by our old friend Urban Meyer.
Dang.
A true genius in his own right. I had to throw it out there.
I don't want to interrupt Brandon, but do you know that he wrote a book on leadership too? Like, there's all these quotes about
he had a class on leadership.
How it's not about
Ohio
you,
State.
Right? How you can't make it about you. It's about the team. Like that's what a true
he just
leader
hosts
does.
a master class.
Yeah. He's got a master class on leadership.
wow.
That's
Well,
crazy.
this should be in his book. This should be an addendum to the book because Josh Lambo said Urban Meyer refused to call the special teams players by their names. It was kicker, punter, long snapper, and dipshit, and some other derogatory term. But I'm quoting him so I can say
okay.
all right. He's literally Josh Lambo said that's what he called the special teams players.
So I'm just gonna quote Tree for the rest of the show. Anytime I cuss, I'm gonna be like, well, Tree said it, so I'm just quoting him.
God.
Punter, kicker, long
Can
snapper,
you imagine?
dip, S word.
You know what? Honestly, punishment.
That is.
And writing an essay on it.
You should have to do a book report on
get one of the big poster boards.
Urban Meyer's book and just be like, all right, these are the points. And it's got to be factual. You can't just make it up because I'm sure there's some nuggets of wisdom in there that can be torn to shreds.
And just tweeting out and just be like, I just want to shout out Urban Meyer for this excellent book. I learned a lot.
All right.
Please don't make me do that.
We've done well with time this time. Like that whole segment chewed up a lot. Let's go into the Thursday night preview. We've got the Chargers and the Chefs.
Woo!
The Chefs are -3. Neither team really hurt by the drop play. Dave, great Twitter follow, by the way.
Yes.
Everyone should.
I had to share that. I'm sorry.
He's awesome. Oh, before we get to the. Actually, this made me think of this. The Chiefs are playing tonight. Jackson Mahomes got basted,
bro.
Got bodied by a restaurant for apparently rolling in with like a party of 15, and they were like, "No, dude, we can't seat you. Like, chill out. We don't care who you are." The one thing that stuck out to me in that letter was they said, "We survived a pandemic. We will survive your ego."
Top notch.
I feel like it's going to bring them more business because nobody likes Jackson Mahomes.
At what point are you
I don't
just
even know
like
why we're even talking about him?
You're Patrick Mahomes and you're like, bruh, just what are you doing, bro? Stop. At what point is Patrick
Probably
Mahomes,
every week?
Probably, yeah. He's like, bruh, stop with the TikTok. I'm trying to play the footballs.
I don't think
and his wife, he's got to tell his wife, stop twerking with our baby in your uterus, please, on camera. Honey, stop. Oh my gosh. Yes. I guess he can't, he's at practice. He doesn't have time to rein his brother in.
I would be mad.
One more
How many
segment.
followers does he have?
Like 30 on Twitter. Never
Yeah,
give
he's-
focus on hate I receive.
Like, because he's TikTok, right? Like,
Wow.
you know what? I will.
Don't do it, Tom. Don't
They
do
also
it.
told him to stop dancing on memorials. Like, I was like, that was deeply personal. That letter, whoever wrote that, it read
He
like,
went in.
Yeah.
They got-
He's the kind of person who's probably a total nightmare to deal with in the service industry because he has a sense of entitlement. Let
I know
us
a lot
know
of
tomorrow.
It's nearly 1 million. By the way, his profile, sup. I get bullied a lot, but I'm still here.
Oh,
Maybe
bully.
because you're an
Bully,
asshat.
okay. You don't know
Like,
what
did you
the
ever
hell
think that
bullying
maybe
is.
it's
Get
not the
outta
car,
here.
it's the driver? Just saying.
Okay.
yeah,
You're-
I got bullied.
okay.
You should have been
I
bullied
deserved
harder
it.
in school, buddy.
I got bullied in high school because I wouldn't shut up.
That's the thing. You get bullied when you don't shut the fuck up. That's why
Yeah.
I got.
Here we go. All right. What are there rules? Are there rules?
I'm a Sigma. The
Here,
rules are
look.
meant to
Yeah.
be broken.
Hold on.
I'm doing the Urban Meyer. I don't
That
even
was the
follow my
word
own
in the
rules.
Bible.
It says in Urban Meyer's book, "Do not cuss on Clickbait Sports." Right there.
Whatever. Hey, I don't follow my
White,
own
yellow.
rules. I'm like Urban Meyer.
Uh-huh. Yep. Tree was a bully. Tree would have stuffed
I
me
was,
into
I
a
was not
locker.
actually a bully. I was actually the other way around.
All right, who you got tonight in tonight's game? Actually, I might bet on the Chiefs just for fun because
You know
you
what?
just showed that list of players that are out. No Jared Cook, no Mike Williams.
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds that Patrick Mahomes just like throws a rocket at his brother's face on the sideline? Like, what are the odds?
Mike Williams playing.
He loves his brother, I'm sure.
He's just like,
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill, go long, and just guns it right into his face.
Like Rico, like Uncle
Preferably
Rico.
when he's doing a TikTok dance.
I got the Chiefs, though. I like the Chiefs. I think Pat Mahomes is going to use this negative energy his brother has created, funnel it straight towards the
Like
Chargers.
Michael Jordan. He's
Channel
taking
it
it
into his arm.
personally. Mhm.
Mhm.
I'm going to take the Chargers. I picked the Chiefs to win in my Pick'em League, but I just feel today like the Chargers are going to win. And I think it's best for the AFC and the story that there is no true number one team in the AFC. And I kind of just want the chaos. I want the chaos. So get them, Chargers.
To be fair, I
No
want
bias.
like everyone to lose so the
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers can continue to go to the Super Bowl. Let's go. Let's go.
Tommy, who you
BS is
got?
coming, and you know it.
I was really tempted to give it to the Chargers because I don't, even though the Chiefs have this win streak, like I don't believe in them a whole lot. I'm gonna pick the Chiefs just because like Justin Herbert needs to play a perfect game, and the Chargers defense actually needs to show up, which they don't always do. So I'll go Chiefs here, but I don't feel confident about either team, to be honest.
Yeah, I know it's hard to bet a division game too because you never know what's going to happen.
I just want to watch
You
it
never
every
know.
game.
A division game on a Thursday, you should probably just stay away.
Mhm.
But if you're going to bet, go to DraftKings.com, use promo code Clickbait.
I did it the right way this time. I'm
Uh-oh.
All right. So I think we're all in agreement that whoever wins today's punishment is going to have to read Urban Meyer's book and do a one-page
All right.
book report.
Okay.
I want to see a poster though. Like I want to see like oak tag.
How about a PowerPoint though? We could do that.
Oh, that's better. Let's get a PowerPoint going on, and like we'll have full blown criteria for it.
Yes, we will outline the
Can
PowerPoint.
we grade it?
for
Oh my
you,
god, can we
Scooter.
make a rubric and grade it? Live?
Yes, we should grade it. That'll be
Yes!
our homework.
I've been missing teaching
Yeah.
so
And
much.
if you get an F, I think if you do such a poor job, that should be another punishment
it's
on
another
top
punishment.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll make the
Whoa.
of it.
rubric.
Make you
I'll
read
make the
Bobby
rubric, guys.
Petrino's book.
I'll make the rubric. Yeah.
All right,
I
start
got
the countdown.
All right.
Wrap it
Okay.
up.
Who's
Get
gonna
your
lose?
super chats in during the countdown.
I hope I don't
Can
lose.
Scooter
I hope I
be
don't.
saved?
Can he?
Yes. Are we going?
No.
Here comes
Scooter
Tom.
got all the super chats, and he is going to have to read Urban Meyer's book.
Y'all really gonna make me read Urban Meyer's book?
No, I've got
Really?
a different idea for you.
Bruh.
I've got a definitely a different idea for you.
Guys,
I will make you hurt, son.
really? This is what we're doing?
Boom. Just need a little taste of that music. Just needed a little taste. All right, I'll kick it off because I
First of all, I think Urban Meyer owed himself this.
$59.99 in super chats. Thank you for keeping me safe.
I'll read it. I got 73.97. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
I feel like the ugly stripper at lunchtime because I got $3.99.
Hey, dude, I'd rather take that because you don't have to deal with punishment. Well, I'll go first. 313.98. I don't know why people keep doing stuff for me.
313?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yes.
Well, if you got 313,
There's
then
no way,
that
Scooter.
means I got 723. So.
Oh, I got a punishment for you.
Oh,
buddy.
where's the? I gotta look up where can you find Urban Meyer's
Oh,
book?
I've got another punishment for you.
I sells it at his bar.
You need to buy a share of the Green Bay Packers. It must happen.
Urban Meyer, it's for $12.99.
And hardcover. He could use your support.
Yeah.
Yeah, hardcover and buy a share of the Green Bay Packers.
Above the
Meyer.
line. Lessons in leadership and life from a championship program.
All right, folks.
With
Right.
Wayne Coffee. So he didn't even write it himself. He had
Let's
to
getting this.
set the criteria here, okay?
From
So we have to read the
2017,
book.
right?
Oh,
Lessons
there's
in
an
leadership.
audio. You
I'm
can get
getting
the
the-
audio book.
I'm gonna get the hardcover
Yep.
and the audio book because audio
Okay.
book's free.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what we're gonna do.
With
He has to
your
read
audio.
and or listen to the book, right?
Mhm.
How many slides are we looking at for PowerPoint?
I'd say a good PowerPoint is
10 to 15.
Yeah, I'd
10
say-
slides. 10
yeah,
slides.
10
is
I think
fair.
10 slides. All right. Well, I'll create the rubric. I'm happy to do that.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
sir.
Tom is experienced here.
That's true.
very
All right, so we'll do it. And if you fail the book report, which you have to present, right? If you fail it, do we go with Tree's backup punishment that he has to buy a Packer stock?
I should do both in general.
I agree to terms.
Yeah. Yeah. If you fail your rubric, yes, you have to buy Packer stock.
I agree to
or
terms.
dress like Gardner Minshew.
Okay, now here's what we're going to do. All four of us are going to grade it, right? And if that score is below a certain threshold, done.
Yeah. And unfortunately, you should know I am a very harsh grader.
Chat,
And I
if
am
you
showing
are
to
in
show no
agreement,
mercy, there will be prods and there will be whips and chains, especially
if you agree
for
to
your
terms,
report.
chat,
There will be no
comment
mercy.
1. If you don't agree and think it should be a different punishment, comment 2. And if you're just here so you won't get fined, 3s in the chat.
I'm here
Please
so
make
I
sure you
won't get
cite your
fined.
sources and MLA. Actually, no, MLA's too
MLA.
easy. Chicago?
What is
Scooter?
what the heck? Bro, I'm doing MLA if I'm even doing it. The heck?
If you're even doing it.
Important.
No, you're
buddy,
doing Chicago.
On that rubric, there's
Chicago
going to be a
sources.
citations column, so you better be doing it.
Yeah. Isn't there a machine, though, that will citate
Yeah.
for you?
Source,
Send me that.
dude.
I will
trust me.
cite
Send me that. Yo, is
any
there clip
references
notes?
to Tim
Are there
Tebow as a Denver
spark notes?
Bronco.
Hold up.
Oh, no. Listen, there better not be
Like-
Spark Notes. I'm going to ask you poignant questions. I think we should all ask at least one question, too. Like
Yes.
that.
Yeah. What was
Why
the
is this my
seminal
life?
moment?
Okay.
Like, why is this my life? I'm just trying to live and vibe
You got
out.
$700.
Now I gotta read Urban bro.
All right, I gotta go.
My other
Okay,
show.
yeah, we should
I'm
all
supposed
go.
to go Christmas
It's the end of the
caroling.
show.
What is my life?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You can listen to
whatever.
it on the treadmill.
Welcome to Clickbait
All right.
Sports. You wanted to join us? Welcome
Clickbait.
to the
We
Mosh
cussed
Pit.
like 4 times today. All right. Just end the show, Brandon. What are you doing?